Hello and welcome to our tutorial. Today we're going to be taking you with us while we make these beautiful custom order bookmarks. All the colours, all the gems and the Apex Resin we always use are from Just For You Online UK. But before we start, I just wanted to show you this Silicone Map from Just For You Online UK. Never have I seen one that is so incredible and so large. We've been using tiny little things that don't really do the job because you end up getting spillages on the side and it ends up ruining your work surface anyway. But this, my goodness, if you have an awkward space you could cut it to size. I think that's something we're going to do at some point. Then you have spare bits. It comes with a wrap on it, which we haven't had the heart to take off yet because we feel just too precious about it. But we will do, and I just thought you needed to see this Silicone Map before we carry on. Now I've done that, we'll move on to tools and safety.
So as we mentioned in the previous video about your Silicone Map for your table, we're just going to mention a few safety tools that we think you may need. So first off, a mask. Now with the one coat and the Apex High Gloss Resin, they are both low odour and they have no VACs. So if you're in a well ventilated area, you don't need to wear your mask. If you're using mica powders, it might be a good idea to put one on. Also we have nitrate gloves, just to make sure you don't get any sticky resin on your fingers. Now with the one coat, this one here is a 1:1 ratio. It is touch dry in 2 hours and full cure within 24. It's also heat resistant up to 100 degrees C. Both of these resins can actually be weighed out as well. So the one coat is 100 gram to 100 gram and the Apex High Gloss is weighed out 110 grams of resin to 100 grams of hardener. With the High Gloss, this is touch dry within 16 to 24 hours and full cure within 2 to 3 days. It is also heat resistant up to 90 degrees C. We also have our silicone mixing jug and a silicone spatula. Again, these are really good because you can just keep using them over and over again. We also have our tiny little jugs for when we mix in different colours. So we just pour our resins into each of these.
We do have a heat gun and a torch just for any bubbles that come to the surface. You just hit them with one of them and they can just pop those. If you are using alcohol inks in your resins, then don't use your open flame. Make sure you use your heat gun.
So we have here our Apex High Gloss Resin, all ready to mix. We've got our silicone jug, we've got our weighing scales, we've got our resin and our hardener. I personally prefer to weigh out the resin, that's just the way I work. So here we will be weighing out 220 grams of resin, as you can see in the scale just there, and then I'm going to reset the scale and then we'll weigh out our hardener. So with the hardener it's 110 grams of resin to 100 grams of hardener. So I've done 220 of resin, I will do 200 of hardener. For the one coat it's 100 grams of resin to 100 grams of hardener. Now the recommended mixing time for this resin and the one coat is 3 minutes. So I've set my timer and we'll now start mixing. Move my scales out of the way. And as you can see there, I've just poured them together, and that kind of milky colour, the lines you can see in the resin, we want to make sure that the two are fully combined. So we'll just make sure we mix it thoroughly, making sure we scrape the sides and the bottom as we go along. Any bubbles created in this stage will be released in the pouring stage because these resins have been specially formulated to release and minimise bubbles. So you can see there, this is about halfway through mixing. It's combining, we're slowly getting rid of the milky colours and the lines. It's all combining nicely. So we just make sure we keep stirring and scraping the sides as we go. So that's my 3-minute timer up, and as you can see there, it's really clear. All that milky colour, the lines have all disappeared and it's all fully combined. Now there are a few little micro bubbles in there, but they will soon disappear.
Now to start pouring. So first of all I've had an assortment of flowers and I've cut these down to size already so that they're ready to put in the moulds when we're good to go. First of all we mix up some one coat Apex Resin. This is because it's touch dry in 2 hours. This makes it much easier when I'm placing the flowers, keeping those in place while we pour in all the other colours. Now I'm using a heat gun because the one coat is particularly thick resin, so I just wanted to warm it up a little bit to get a little bit more flexibility when placing the beautiful flowers down. Push the flowers down gently into the resin because you want those to sit nice and flat when you top it with the other colours. Obviously, because it's going to be a bookmark, you don't want any lumps or bumps that would get in the way of closing the book or using it for its purpose. So now they've all been laid out, we'll leave these to cure for a little bit, and there's a little sneak peek at some doorknobs we're making at the same time. We're also going to be using gold and silver shards from Just For You. They're abalone shells, they're stunning, purple opal flakes, raspberry pigment paste, electric pink pigment paste, dusky pink, and the orchard pigment powder. All these really gorgeous colours have now been mixed with the Apex High Gloss. You also want to make sure you've got a good amount of clear resin that you can pour over the bookmarks at the end to help put it together, and also to keep pouring over the flowers to make sure they don't disappear. And just have a play really, pour it where you feel like with the colours that you think might go together, place the gems, the glitter. We tend to place a lot of the glitter in the gems first, or the abalone shells first, so we know where they're going to go, and pour the colours around that. But do whatever your gut tells you, whatever you think looks beautiful. Now we're making sure we pour some clear over them. This helps the resin to just make beautiful patterns, and again it keeps a little clear section over the flowers. It helps put it all together really, it really does make a difference. How dreamy are all of these beautiful colours. Everything we've used, all the colours, the pigments, the gems, they're all from Just For You. We've top coated the doorknobs there as well, but look, just look. So beautiful. Can't wait to unmould these tomorrow. And here they are, demoulded and in all their beautiful glory. We hope you have fun making these yourself.
We hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thanks for watching along with us.
Yeah, we hope you found it helpful and that you'll stop by and see any of our future tutorials.
Catch you in the next one.
Bye!